Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Beck and this is my crafty nook. Welcome to day 3 of Vlogmas, and today, as promised, we are doing a tutorial. The tutorial is for, my dog's snuffling around there. Yep. If you don't mind. The tutorial is for face scrubbies. The face scrubbies are quite similar to other ones around on the internet streets or the YouTube streets, but I made this pattern up myself so that I could sell it at the markets. It's very quick, it's very easy, and I'll give you a look at what they look like and then we'll go make them. So here's what I've made so far, and I've just been using scrap yarn from the market bags that I was making. I've weaved in all the ends. So here we go. This is how they look. Just, that's the same yarn there. That's the Abbey Road. This is the same. I've got some pink ones. I've done some purple. I did some yellow. I did a blue one, and so we're using puff stitches and double crochet and single crochet. I've also lost a couple of nails, the ones I use the most, and this one, so I'm gonna have to put them on real quick before we do the tutorial. This was a bit of 2 different yarns in the single crochet. This is part of that pink one, the same yarn as this. And this is licorice in the Abbey Road. Very nice. So I'm going to pop my nails on, we're going to choose some yarns, and we're going to do the tutorial. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, my nails are back on and we need to go yarn shopping. This is my cotton section. We're going to be using cotton yarn today, and I wonder what color we should use. Maybe this nice blue. So this is Flinders cotton, 8 ply. This is 50 grams, that's going to be tons. And the color is periwinkle blue. Let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to be using our cotton yarn. I have 4 Seasons Flinders, 8 ply, and I have a 50 gram skein. I have a 3.5 millimeter hook that Dave chewed the end off, but I do like to hold, actually I hold like this. I think that's called a knife grip. I like to hold a bit closer. And scissors. So I'm gonna do a center pull. Let's pray. Whoop, there we go. Okay, so you can either start with a magic loop, which is where you hold your thread like this, you wrap it around, you make an X, and then you grab the yarn from underneath, whoop, and you make a single crochet, whoop. And then the reason it's magic is you can pull on this thread and it closes it up. And then you would start making your puff stitches into here. So we're going to make 1 puff stitch. Okay, and then when you finish your 5 puff stitches, you would close the loop. When you use a magic loop, you have to make sure that you tie it off, otherwise it will become unraveled. And for that reason, I'm not using the magic loop today. We're going to be using, I'm going to start with a slip knot. I'm going to chain 4. One, 2, 3, 4, and going to make that into a loop by going into the first chain. Sometimes you've got to make sure you do it loose enough so you can get in there. Get in there. I've been used to working with a large hook on my amigurumi, so this is like, okay. And then we'll pull through and we're going to start the pattern. So this is going to be my ring here. So we're going to do a puff stitch. Every puff stitch has 4 loops. So you yarn over, go through your hole, pick up the yarn, pull up, and make it like a double crochet height. You yarn over, go through your hole, pull up, and we do that 5 times. So that was 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, this part can be tricky. You might have to practice a little bit on getting these loops loose enough, and also turning your hook as you pull through the loops, like I wiggle it a little bit. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through all the loops. And if you're having trouble, just come back out. And it helps to pull on this ring quite tightly. And then we're going to do 2 chain. 1, 2. We're going to do 5 puffs with 2 chains in between. That's 1 puff. Two puffs, 2 chains, three puffs, 2 chains, three puffs, 2 chain, one, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, I lost count. That's 5 puffs, 2 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna, this was like where we started, we're gonna join in the top here of this puff. And see, there's his 2 chains. So we're gonna join here. Then we're gonna pull through this loop. And then we're gonna chain 2. Into this same hole. See, that's your puff, the 2 chain into this hole here. We're gonna do 2 puffs into every hole, you'll see. This hole here behind. There's one here and there's one here. We're going to go where that chain was. And we're still going to do 2 chains. What we might do is we'll do 1 puff here, and when we get back around we'll do another puff. So let's go to our next 2 chain hole, and we did 2 chains here. So 2 puffs. And we're not turning our work, we just work around and it seems to stay flat. 2 chain, another puff in that same chain space, two chains. There we go. We've got our 5 puffs. We've done 2 puffs into that hole. Two chain and another puff into that space. Now we're motoring along. Had to get used to using the small hook again. 2 chain, next space, we're going to do 2 puffs. One puff, 2 chain, another puff in that space. Two chain, next space, so you pull really hard, it's easier to get your hook through. Ooh, I missed up. Missed something there. Oop. I had like one thread. There it is. Got one thread catching. I think that's from the previous loop. Anyway, just ignore it. Okay, that's one puff, another one in there, and then we're going to add our last one to that space, our last puff. Two chain. Let's add one more here. So we've got 2 puffs in every space. Right, 2 chains, and we will join into the top as our 2 chains into the top of this puff, into that little V there, slip stitch, add like another slip there. Okay, next we're gonna 3 double crochet, so we better chain 2. 3 double crochet into every chain space, and because we're not increasing in this round, it's going to start to curl up a little bit, but don't worry, we are fixing that in the next round. Oh, sorry, I'm touching my tripod with my feet. Okay, here we go. So 3 double crochet into each space, which is yarn over, insert hook. It's the same as the puff, but what we're going to do is yarn over through these 2 loops, yarn over through these 2 loops, whereas before we were just going in and looping. This time we're going to go through these 2 loops. That's 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and I need to check if I chained in between. One sec. I did not chain in between. It's a very professional tutorial. So we're going to put 3 here in this chain space in between the 2 puffs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, got through all our yarn buff now. 3, 1, 2, 3. You can start to see the curl, but we're going to increase on the next round, which will straighten that out. We didn't turn our work for this project because I think it just looks nicer, so all the stitches, the double crochet and the single crochet, are all facing the same way, which I think looks nice. So I'll be putting a written pattern up on my website. If you would like to support me, you can purchase that. And of course, this tutorial is free. Last one. 1, 2, and 3. Great. It's a little curly. We're going to join. So here is our chain. We're going to join in the top of this double crochet, and then it hides the chain. So slip stitch, and then pull through one more time. The next round is the last round. We're going to be increasing with single crochet. So we go into this first space here, and we're going to do 2 single crochet, which is just insert, pull through, pull through. We're going to do 2 in every single space around. See how we got the braids up the top, and then next to every stitch we have a space, or if you put your hook through every single V. So we're going to do 1, 2, and then you'll see that this little increase straightens everything out. 2, 1, 2. See the holes? Alright, so I'm going to go around, and I'll meet you back at the start. Okay, we've made it all the way around. We've used up all the holes next to the things, and you'll see like this little bit here, that's where we connected before. So we're going to go, I feel like we should go into the top of this single crochet, because I'm pretty sure next to that is the chain. So we want to slip stitch, and then we want to cut our yarn. Leave a fair bit of a tail, about this much, because we need to weave in the end. Okay, so then we yarn through, pull it tight, and that's it. We did it. See how it flattens out? So now we need to weave in this end and this end. So let's go get a yarn needle. Found one. So this is a yarn needle, totally worth it. Some are bent, some are not, but they have a bigger eye. So let's do the middle bit first. I probably should have left a longer tail ready for weaving in. And we're going to follow the rule of three different directions. Now here, these loose stitches are when I was having a bit of trouble pulling through in that, and you can we'll tighten them up on the sneaky. So let's go through a puff. This is one direction. We're going to come out here. We're gonna grab my loose thread. Maybe we'll go like down this way. Let's do that. And that didn't make much difference. And then we'll go back. We're gonna go on the top, so the thread that goes around that a bit. We need to grab it and tighten it. Let's go this way. Oh, see, my yarn's not long enough. I'm gonna rethread it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go underneath this. Try and tighten it up a little bit, and the back through, so going another direction. Boop. That's a little better, and then we can snip that off, snip it off close, and we can just hide it in the puff. All right, now we're going to do this one. This is a much better length. Leave yourself lots of length to sew the ends in. And then here, I like to go down, and you kind of want to go like in between stitches, so you're not going to see it. So I like to go down there, so it looks kind of round. There you go. See our puff looks pretty round. You can iron these because they're cotton. Then we're going to go back the other way. That's two different directions, and then let's go down through this double crochet. Just kind of weave it around, and then we can hide it in this kind of section here. There we go, and chop it off. There we go. Ta-da! All done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And look how much yarn we've got left. Looks like we didn't even touch it. So, what I'm going to do for tomorrow's video is I'm going to time how long it actually takes to make one. And then we're going to see how many we get out of one 50-gram skein. And then we're going to figure out how much did it cost to make, and is it market friendly. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow and we will find those things out. Bye! If you liked the video, can you please give me a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and you can see me at bexcraftynook.com.au. Bye!